Morena, e te whānau. Welcome to day number 2 in Rotorua. The weather is not that great here today. I think it's supposed to be raining. It said on the news yesterday that it's raining all day. Me and my darling love the rain anyway, so it doesn't really worry us. But, whānau, today is a big day. As you can tell by the title, yes, we are heading to Te Puia today, more specifically the Institute of Māori Arts and Crafts, because I have an interview there today. The interview is at 11 o'clock, so we have to be there 10 minutes before because someone will meet us out the front to take us in. I'm not too sure how things are going to be run. One of my bros who's there at the moment, he said that you go in and then I don't know if you meet everyone who's on the panel first and then you all go into a room together and then do the interview. He said his whānau had to wait outside and he did the interview on his own, which he said was pretty intimidating, but kei te pai, it was all good. And then they went out on the floor and he showcased a bit of his carving ability. Yeah, that's all the info I have, te whānau. We are going to be walking around Te Puia today because this is my first time ever going. I've been in Aotearoa for 29 years and I have not been to Te Puia once. I've never stepped in the gallery. I haven't seen any of the carvers. I've never seen the whakairo school. I haven't done anything there, so this will be an awesome opportunity for me, and I'm really going to soak up today. I guess my feelings, my wairua, my āhua going into it, I am nervous. I'm not nervous right now, but I think I'll start getting nervous as we leave the hotel and we start driving there. Me and my darling went over a couple of questions and how I would answer those questions last night, which was a very good help. Just had to go grab the letter from my darling. What's the date today?
Oh, the letter's wrong.
Oh, I just panicked for a little bit there. It said Monday the 9th. So I was like, what? We've missed it. What are we doing? The interview panel is Glenn Marunui Tumu, who is the Te Wānanga Whakairo Rākau o Aotearoa. He must be the head. Then you've got Iraia Keel, who's the general manager, New Zealand Māori Arts and Crafts Institute. Possibly my pauako, my teacher, and their HR manager, Stevie Ward. So there you have it, e te whānau, just a bit of a rundown of this morning. I'm feeling good. I'm so glad that I'm not here by myself because I would probably be shaking in my boots if I was. Yeah, so we're just probably going to head down, have breakfast, and then shoot over. So, we'll catch you at Te Puia. What? Got a hair on your nose. Boop. Boop.
Tēnā koutou te whānau. As you can see, we are back in our hotel room. We just arrived back from Te Puia, and we're going to do a little wrap up on how it all went, couple of little gems, and yeah, wrap up this video. So my darling, how do you feel you did in the interview? This is your first interview in 10 years. How was your experience? What are your initial thoughts? How was it being at Te Puia for the very first time?
It's a bit of a strange one, because I was kind of there as a fanboy too, because I follow a lot of the artists on Instagram and have seen all the mihi, but to actually be there and physically see the work and just the caliber of the work that comes out of that wānanga, of that school, you can 100% understand why they pride themselves over the excellence of the work that comes out of that school. They pride themselves on excellence, and yeah, you can just see it everywhere. It's just everything at Te Puia, there is some inkling of whakairo, and you just can't help but not look at it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even when we were driving in, just into the car park, there were these two massive panels right on the wall. I think it was just outside the whakairo shed, and like you're always looking, and especially because I'm following that pathway of whakairo rākau, any kind of piece I can find to find some sort of inspiration or see how a certain design is done, it's always a positive. In terms of the interview went really well. I was super nervous going in because I didn't know what to expect. I feel like I built it up. A lot of the nerves was because of myself. I built it up to be a lot more than it actually was. It was very casual. The three rangatira who are on the panel were very, very welcoming and warming. And I say that because our darling, she came in. So my two darlings, they came into the interview room with me, and she was settled the whole time. She didn't grizzle once. I mean, she was towards the end. But to me, that was an indication of the āhua and the wairua that was in the room. It was very settling, it was very welcoming, it was very warm. They were very much open to delving into the why of why I wanted to be there. Why whakairo rākau? Why do you want to pursue rākau and not bone and not stone? So those were interesting questions. But overall, I feel really, really, really good. A little sad too, a little muke, because the actual reason why we're here is to tell them that we can't actually make the class. or make the wānanga next year if I was to be selected, if I was successful in the interview. And they really appreciated that. It's because there's another opportunity that's presented itself next year, which we are deciding to pursue. So we had to come down. We felt it was only right to come down and speak to them kanohi ki te kanohi. So face to face, we won't be able to attend next year if we are successful in the interview. It was good too because it came up right at the end. So it's not like I went into the interview and told them straight away, like I'm not going to make it. So we went through the whole interview as if I was going to join the wānanga next year, which was a good way to, which was like a good way to do it, because we went in without any kind of bias around me not being there, which was good. Got to walk around in the gallery for a bit afterwards. That was amazing. I mean, I could have spent a whole day in just the gallery alone. Spent all my money, come back with all the taonga, and then we had a kai when we were sitting at the table. I don't know what it was. It's just I was getting a little emotional because even though it's not, and it's like it almost feels like I'm giving up on a dream when I'm not giving up on a dream, but it's just, it's like right there, and the heart wants to go there so bad, but it's like, well, you just have to wait just a little longer. Just trust the process, trust what your tupuna, what your ancestors are doing, and we'll get there eventually. Like it was probably amongst one of the hardest things to do, to come down into the wānanga where I could possibly be, get interviewed, to then at the end say that I can't come. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard, and it still kind of makes me a bit emotional. But they brought up a good point, and they said, e hoa, we're not going anywhere. So we'll be looking for your name next year when you apply. Which then gave me the confidence to realise that the path I'm on is the right one. So, anything from the floor?
Meanwhile, wowzers. Before we go e te whānau, you can see we have a koi here. This is going to be a koi in our newest collection. So this is what they're going to look like. This collection is called Tāne Te Wānanga, and it is a variation of our Tāne Mahuta collection, which we launched 6 months ago or so. We're planning on bringing this out before Christmas, but we've just had so much going on. We haven't had time to finish them. So we will be launching these in the early new year. We will have them available in our Pōtiki, Teina, Tuakana and Rangatira size. They will be available to purchase for our whānau based here in New Zealand, Australia and the US, the United States. So you'll see them once they're available in the shop, which is in the description box below. So yeah, just wanted to share that before we shoot off. But that's a wrap up for this video, e te whānau. We again appreciate all of your tautoko. If you found value in this, then please give us a like and subscribe, and we will catch you in tomorrow's video. Ka kite.
Okay, kai time. Kai time. I can't wait till we can just snuggle like this.